Hey, welcome back, American Government class. It is Tuesday, January 19th, 2021. Hope you had a lovely 3-day weekend. Thank you, Martin Luther King Jr., for all that you've done, all that you did, and for giving us a chance to, have a day off and do some good things ourselves, hopefully. Today, we have a pretty easy day, government class. I know you guys had a bit of a long video last class with our citizenship notes. That's where we're going to start off today. We're going to do a 5-minute review, as always. Go ahead, talk about citizenship. Drop a little jus sanguinis on you. And then, we're going to talk about political parties today. No, I'm not talking about the political party that Ramon and Jackie are having on Friday night next week. That's not the type of party we're talking about. We're talking about the party as in a group of people. I'll explain a little bit later. After that, I'm going to hit you with your assignment and your attendance, but it should be a fairly easy class. So without further ado, let's get after it with a 5-minute review. I'm just going to fly through it right now. You should be able to answer these questions after last class. Number 1, what do you call a person who owes allegiance to the United States and is entitled to its protection? My friends, that is what a citizen is known as. There are 3 ways to be given citizenship. What are they? 1 simply means right of birthplace. Jus soli. Now that means you were born on American soil. As long as you're born on American soil, you can be an American citizen. That is way number 1. Number 2, jus sanguinis, which means right of blood, meaning if your parents or somebody in your family, in your bloodline, your grandparents, your great-grandparents, if they were citizens of America, you can become a citizen as well. Those are the first 2 ways. Now, if you're not born here, or if you have nobody in your family who's an American citizen, there's still one last way you can become a citizen, and that is through a process known as naturalization. That is correct. Naturalization is the way immigrants become citizens of the United States. Now, there are 5 requirements. 5 requirements to become a naturalized citizen. If I were you, I'd study them because I'm pretty sure we have a weekly review quiz on Thursday this week, and this will be on there, as well as everything that we've gone over. Number 1, you must have a period of continuous residence in the United States after entering legally. You have to be here legally, and you have to be living here for a while. You can't just be here one day from Germany and say, I wanted to be a citizen, y'all. Doesn't work like that. Number 2, you have to be proficient in English. That means you have to be able to read, write, and speak. Number 3, what does the government always want? Dollar bills, y'all. You got to pay a fee, and you have to declare support of our American government and the principles that we hold dear. Number 4, good moral character. Got to be a good citizen. You can't be killing people. You can't be committing crimes. You can't be El Chapo. No dice. And then number 5, you have to show basic knowledge of American history and American government. Hey, you're taking American government right now. You should be paying attention. You have to pass a test. Now remember, that test is 10 questions. You have to get at least 6 right. And they ask it to you verbally. They may have you write something down. It's just you and one other person. And they give you 100 questions to study. Quick reminder, if you're a senior, you need to take the civics test if you want to graduate this year. Should be enough reason to pay attention in this class right there. That should be all you need. But you also get an amazing teacher like myself to drop some American government knowledge on you. So that's a second reason, I think. That's a great reason. That might even be the first reason. All right, those are the 5 requirements of becoming a naturalized citizen. Once you are a citizen, you have a few things you have to do. A few of them are required by law. Which are the ones that are required by law that a good citizen does? Pay taxes. Got to pay taxes. Always going to have to pay taxes no matter what. That's number 1. Number 2, obey the law. Duh, that's something that's required by law. Of the things that are required by law, obeying the law is one of those things. Number 3 is jury duty, which I said we talk about a little bit later on. We certainly will, but jury duty is required by law. You have to go to jury duty. If you get one of these things right here, oh, that's a summons for jury duty. You see that? That says, hey, yo, Mr. Weckbach, come on down, be a juror. We'll talk about that later. But you got to do it. You have to do it, or you could go to jail. And then the 4th one, only for the fellas, once you're 18, sign up for the selective service. Now, the other things that a good citizen would do, what are some other things a good citizen would do that are not required by law? One, vote. It is not against the law to not vote. That's a lot of double negatives. It is. You don't have to vote in this country. It's not against the law. You can choose not to vote, but a good citizen would vote. A good citizen would also be informed on the issues. You don't want to vote and not know what you're voting for. And then third one, volunteer in the community. Whatever community you're in, volunteer. Give your time, give your money, give your old clothes, your old belongings, whatever you can do to help out your community. That's what a good citizen does. All right, that wraps it up for citizenship. That's what we talked about last class, right? It's like a 30-minute class. We just shrunk it down to 5 minutes there. A lot of that stuff will be on your weekly review quiz coming up next class. That's Thursday. Next class, weekly review quiz, Thursday. Don't forget. Now, today, political parties. They are not parties, as I said, like Ramon and Jackie are having this weekend. No parties. No, not like that. It's a group of people that kind of have the same ideas and the same beliefs about government. When you hear about political parties, there are normally two that you hear about first in American government. That is the Democratic Party and the Republican Party. Now, those two things, Republican and Democrat, have nothing to do specifically with a democracy or a republic like we learned about in our first unit. Those are just the names they've decided to give themselves. It doesn't mean anything specific. In fact, the Republican Party and the Democratic Party used to believe the exact opposite things. They kind of switched over a period of time. We'll talk about that later as well too. But right now, we have the Democrats and the Republicans. Those are the two major parties. I told you last class was a long class, so I want to give you something easy today. So, pretty simple. You are going to have 4 pages worth of reading to do. I'm going to put those up on the screen in a few seconds. You're going to read those 4 pages, and then you're going to have some questions that you need to answer for me based on that reading, and that's going to be your assignment. All right? Now, this is all your kind of research, except you don't have to go online. You don't have to go Google anything. All the answers are in the book that you're about to read. Again, it's only 4 pages. It's very short. It should take you maybe 5 to 10 minutes max. So look for the answers in the book. I'm going to put those pages up right now, and then we'll come back and I'll give you your questions. All right, we begin on page 453, and you'll have 4 pages that you need to read. I'll scroll through them now. If you need more time, of course, just hit pause so that you can read all of the page and get all of the information for your upcoming questions. There you have it, folks. Those are the 4 pages that you have to read. Pretty easy. You're going to want to rewind. If you didn't read them, go back to those 4 pages. And then answer the questions that I send you. That is today's assignment. Complete the questions on the reading. Now, the questions are going to pop up as soon as this video ends right on the screen. It is, let's see, 6 questions. There are 16 points total, so make sure you get all 16 of those points. All the answers are in the reading. If you have any questions, email me, let me know, and I will help you out as fast as I can. If not, I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your Tuesday. We will see you Thursday for your weekly review quiz. Take care.